Good evening, everyone, and welcome to this session tonight. So, I hope all of you are studying really hard now for your upcoming June exam of NET. So, yesterday we had a lovely session. We did very NET style questions from Indian literature, and our plan for tonight is also the same. That is, tonight also we will be practicing very precise NET GRF style questions from Indian literature. Are you all ready? Yes. The questions will be lengthy because as you will see the questions, you will understand that how this is very similar to the current NET pattern. Right. The questions might seem a bit challenging, but as you stay calm and read through the questions carefully, things will only get easier. All right. So with that being said, let's get started with our session. Okay. So let me start by sharing my screen with you all. Yes, I hope all of you can see my screen. Yes, it is visible. Yeah. So welcome again to our NTA NET revision session number 10. Are you all ready? Yes, yes. Let me open your chat quickly to see what you all are saying. Yes, good evening, good evening. Yeah. Whenever I open this YouTube thing, it starts with a bang. Yes, good evening, good evening. Okay, yes, now I have opened your chat. Great, great. Good evening, Lokesh. Hi. So let's move on to the first question for tonight. Here we go. Choose the correct match of play and playwright. So you have to choose the options where the play and playwright has been correctly matched. Right? So now answer, please. Which would be correct? A, B, E, B, C, E, A, C, D, B, D, E. You have to choose the options where the play and playwright option is correctly matched. Is Ghashiram Kotwal by Badal Sarkar? No. Andha Yug is by Dharamveer Bharati. That's correct. Yes, all of you are saying it is option 2, right? Very good. Yes. So Andha Yug is indeed by Dharamveer Bharati. Silence the Court is in Session is by Vijay Tendulkar. That's right. Evam Indrajit, it is not by Girish Karnad. Evam Indrajit is by Badal Sarkar. So E is correct. The post office is indeed by Rabindranath Tagore. So the correct answer would be B, C, E. B, C, E are correct. Andhayug by Dharamveer Bharati. Silence the Court is in Session by Vijay Tendulkar. And the post office by Rabindranath Tagore. These are correct. Yes, true. Option 2 is correct. Next question. Here. Who said this? The Upanishads are the supreme work of the Indian mind, and that it should be so, that the highest self-expression of its genius, its sublimest poetry, its greatest creation of the thought and word should be not a literary or poetical masterpiece of the ordinary kind, but a large flood of spiritual revelation, is a significant fact, evidence of a unique mentality and unusual turn of spirit. Who said this about the Upanishads? Who said this about the Upanishads? Tell me. It was Sri Aurobindo. Sri Aurobindo who said this. And this is a passage from his work, The Foundations of Indian Culture. This is a passage from Sri Aurobindo's work, The Foundations of Indian Culture. The foundations of Indian culture. Okay, right. Clear? Great. Next. A big question it is. Take your time, read it carefully, and then answer. With reference to the Indian Universities Act of 1904, consider the following statements. You have to choose the correct statements about the Indian Universities Act 1904. Take 2 minutes if you want, read it carefully, and then answer. You have to choose the correct statements about Indian Universities Act 1904. Take your time, read it, because I know it's a big question. Indian Universities Act 1904. Which one would be correct? 1 and 2, 134, 234, 1234. As you can see, these are exact net style questions. All of you are saying B, 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 B. Let's see. The correct answer is indeed B. 134 are correct. It is true that Indian Universities Act of 1904 was based on the recommendations of the Raleigh Commission, which initially did not include any Indian members. That's correct. The government gained power to veto regulations passed by the Senate and could frame its own regulations if necessary. That's also true. And the primary political objective of this act was to curb the rise of political revolutionaries emerging from higher education institutions. So B is absolutely correct. 1, 3, and 4. These statements are true about the Indian Universities Act of 1904. Okay, very good. Well done. Next. It's a match the following question. India in transition, the philosophy of the bomb, Desher Kotha or Desher Katha, the life divine. You have to match these works with their corresponding authors. Tell me which one would be correct. Guys, do like the session also. I'm bringing to you every day such wonderful questions, and you guys don't even like the session. So, India in transition, what would be the answer? The Life Divine is obviously by Sri Aurobindo. The correct answer would be yes, option 1 is correct. India in Transition is by M.N. Roy. Right. India in Transition. It's a seminal Marxist analysis of Indian society by M.N. Roy. The Philosophy of the Bomb, it's by Bhagavati Charan Vora. It's a manifesto for the HSRA in response to Mahatma Gandhi's The Cult of the Bomb. Desher Kotha, it's a highly influential work by Sakharam Ganesh Deuskar that detailed the economic exploitation of India. It was eventually banned by the British government. And The Life Divine, it's a major philosophical treatise by Sri Aurobindo on spiritual evolution. So, India in Transition, that's by M.N. Roy. The Philosophy of the Bomb by Bhagavati Charan Vora. Desher Kotha, it's by Sakharam Ganesh Deuskar. And The Life Divine, that's by Sri Aurobindo. Okay? Yes, many of you got it right. Option 1 is the answer. Next, again, quite a big question about various acts and commissions. Be very careful and then answer. Wood's Dispatch of 1854, University Grants Commission, 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act, Acharya Ramamurthy Committee, Right to Education Act. You have to choose the correct statements corresponding with their historical context or year. The correct statements. 1, 2, 2. 2 is the answer. 1 nahi, Ben Sheila. Laba. Ben Sheila, no, you're wrong. 2 would be the answer. Yes, Puga Senti, Shreya, KP, you guys are correct. Option 2 would be the answer. ACD. A is correct. Wood's Dispatch 1854 led to the founding of these universities in 1857. B is incorrect. While the UGC was inaugurated in 1953, it only became a statutory body in 1956 through an act of parliament. So B is wrong. C is correct. The 42nd Amendment in 1976 was the pivotal shift for education to the concurrent list. D is also correct. The Ramamurthy Committee 1990 was indeed the first major review of the 1986 policy. Again, E is wrong. That is, although the RTE Act was enacted in 2009, it came into effect on 1st April 2010, not January 1. So A, C, D are correct. Okay? A, C, D are correct. All right, great. Are you all enjoying the session? Please like it. Okay. Right. Chalo. Next. Arrange the following major works of Nehru chronologically. Now it's a question of chronology. You have to arrange these works of Nehru in the correct chronology. The Discovery of India, Letters from a Father to His Daughter, A Bunch of Old Letters, Glimpses of World History, and Autobiography Toward Freedom. Arrange these works of Nehru in the correct order. Tell me. What would be the answer? You are saying 1? Yes, 1 is correct. B, D, E, A, C. First, Letters from a Father to His Daughter, 1929. Glimpses of World History, 1934. An Autobiography, 1936. The Discovery of India, 1946. A Bunch of Old Letters, 1958. Okay, so option 1 is correct. Here I have given you the years also, so you can take a look at it. All right, very good. Next, so if you guys are preparing for December net, then this course of Vallabh UGC Net English Premium online course, which is starting from 10th of July, will be perfect for you. So please do come, join us. And I know that many of you are already very much aware about the quality that we provide at Vallabh, about the number of GRF holders we bring out in every cycle, that is, right? So you can trust us and you join us for your upcoming December net exam. Okay, right. Next, arrange the following landmark publications in Indian English literature in chronological order. Again, a question of chronology. Publication of Kanthapura, R.K. Narayan's debut novel Swami and Friends, Mulk Raj Anand's Untouchable, the publication of The Bachelor of Arts. You have to arrange these events in the correct order. You have to arrange these events in the correct order. You have to arrange these events in the correct order. Right. You are saying one. Let's check. Yes, correct. CBDA. First, Mulk Raj Anand's Untouchable, published in 1935. It was a groundbreaking social realist novel. It famously faced 19 rejections before being published with the help of M. Foster. Then in 1935, a bit later, came R.K. Narayan's Swami and Friends. Although published in the same year as Untouchable, it generally followed later in the year, marking the birth of Malgudi. Then in 1937 came R.K. Narayan's The Bachelor of Arts. This was the sequel to his debut, and it continued the story of youth in colonial India. And lastly, here we have in 1938, Rao's debut novel Kantapura. This is often cited as the most Indian novel in terms of its style and use of myth making through Sthala Purana. So option 1 is correct, CBDA. All right. Okay. I hope all of you are enjoying these questions. Gauri, as far as my experience goes, chronology is about practice. It's about patience. It's about learning every day. You cannot master chronology in just one day. It comes with continued revisions, patience, and practice. Right. Next, in the context of the development of English education in India, consider the following statements regarding the legacy of Charles Grant and the Anglicist Orientalist controversy and choose the correct statements. It's a question from Charles Grant. Guys, please like the session. Why so few likes? I work so hard every day for you all. I had a terrible wrist pain today because I fell down the stairs. Still, I sat for hours, did the research, and made these questions for you all. So, do like the session. You are saying 2, 3, 4 different answers. Let's check. The correct answer is 2. 1 and 2 only is correct. Statement 1 is correct. Charles Grant's work is considered the blueprint because it saw English as a vehicle for both modern enlightenment and Christian conversion. 2 is incorrect, but 3 is also incorrect. 2 is correct. 3 is incorrect. So 1 and 2 are correct. The 1813 Act was a landmark victory for Grant's group, forcing the East India Company to take responsibility for education. Okay, so 1 and 2 are correct, 3 is incorrect. All right, got it? Only 1 and 2 are correct, 3 is incorrect. While Macaulay did advocate for the downward filtration theory, the goal was to create an English educated elite who would then refine the vernaculars. He did not advocate for educating the masses through vernaculars first. His focus was strictly on the promotion of English literature and sciences. Okay, right. So 1 and 2 are correct. Oh, so that's actually the last question for tonight because the questions were quite lengthy today. I kept a very few but selected questions. So I hope you guys like the session. Any of you wants to see the previous question? Yes? It's a question about the legacy of Charles Grant and the Anglicist Orientalist controversy. Yes, 1 is correct. that Charles Grant's 1792 treatise, Observations, argued that the introduction of the English language and Western science was the only remedy for the moral and social state of Indian society. That's correct, yes. Thank you so much to you all for joining and staying throughout. I hope you guys liked the questions. Yes, and I enjoyed answering them. Great. And I promise to get back to you all again tomorrow at exactly 9:30 with more lovely exact net GRF style questions from Indian literature. Okay?